What's going on, everybody? It's Jex, and I'm on another road trip, which means it's time for another edition of What's Spinning on the Road edition. The last video I did like that was in August, and the response was awesome. You guys really seemed to enjoy it, and it made me feel good, and it also made me realize that not many people do that, you know, just talk about music while they're driving and, you know, make videos. It's not very common, so it kind of makes me feel like it's my thing, you know. So I thought, you know, I'm going to visit my parents once again. Why don't I make another video like that for you guys? So yeah, I told you last time, the recipe to any great road trip is what? It's strong coffee and loud music. And I had plenty of both of those things. So here we go. I thought I'd go over what I've been listening to so far on the trip. I'm about close to 2 hours in. So thought I'd talk about what I've been listening to, what I plan to listen to. So here we go. I started off the trip today with an underrated album by a very popular band. And that album is Fly on the Wall, AC/DC. I absolutely love this album. And it doesn't get much, you know, attention, or at least I don't hear many people talk about it. And I think that's a shame because it's really great. But yeah, not a fan favorite. I actually remember talking to my buddy Reg the Sledge, years ago, and he was saying how it sounds like it was recorded using a tin can or something like that. And you know, I mean, it's kind of true. The production value isn't, you know, the greatest, but I think that's what I like about it. You know, I usually like the underappreciated albums from bands. So this is definitely one of them. Fly on the Wall. The title track, Fly on the Wall, Shake Your Foundations, awesome track. First Blood, Danger. I think Danger is the one I like the least on here. Playing with Girls is the one I like the most. That's my favorite track on here. It just starts off with that signature Brian Johnson, you know, I can't do it justice, but awesome song. So yeah, this is what started my trip today, Fly on the Wall. And then, this one kind of happened by accident. I hung out with my buddy Pla yesterday from Pla Addiction, and he had brought along a CD for us to listen to, and we didn't end up listening to it, and he ended up forgetting it here. So I thought, well, I'll give it a listen. And it's Helix. This is called Vagabond Bones. This is much later Helix. It's from 2009, and I had never heard it before, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And I gotta be honest, my expectations were pretty low. I didn't have high expectations on this. Mainly, I mean, I have that mentality of, oh, you know, Helix, you know, they were great in the 70s and 80s, but what are they beyond that, right? But let me just say that I was pleasantly surprised, and I take it all back. You know, I couldn't have been more wrong. It really exceeded my expectations. Great album, great rockin' tracks. You know, I didn't like every song on it, but you know, I did like quite a bit. The opening track, The Animal Inside, Won't Be Denied. Great opener, great opener. It really caught my attention, you know, right from the start. Go Hard to Go Home, another great track. One track that I didn't like on here is Monday Morning Meltdown, number 4. Oh, it has kind of a modern, almost country rock feel to it. You know, just something you'd hear on you know, just a bland radio station, and I really didn't care for it. But I think that's the only one that I really didn't like. You know, the other songs are pretty good. Flaw had a one-word review for this, and it's generic. That's how he described it. He said it's pretty generic. And you know, I can agree that some songs are kind of generic sounding, but for the most part, I was pleasantly surprised. And I just want to show you one thing. Keeping my eyes on the road, don't you worry. Seems to be autographed. Seems to have a signature right there. Hope you guys can see it. And I'm assuming that that's Brian Vollmer's autograph. SMF, Captain Howdy, you can maybe confirm that. I know you guys are buds. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So Helix, Vagabond Bones. Now, playing right now, Extreme. 3 sides to every story. I'm a huge Extreme fan. A lot of you guys know this. I don't know, this is an album I kind of always overlook. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's usually not my go-to when it comes to Extreme. And I always enjoy it very much. I think that's why I like it so much, because I don't listen to it all that much. So when I do, it's like, oh yeah, this is great, you know. I don't know what else to say about it. A lot of great tunes on here. Warheads, Rest in Peace, which is playing right now. Politica Calamity. It's hard to read and look at the road at the same time. Color Me Blind. Cupid's Dead. One of my favorite tracks on here. Really, really good. So yeah, not much else I can say about this. My personal favorite Extreme album is Porno Graffiti, but this is a quick second, I would say. Extreme 3 sides to every story. All right, now the rest, all stuff I brought. I don't know if I'll be able to listen to all of these on the way back, but you know, it's better to have more tunes than not enough. Am I right? Next one I brought, Twisted Sister live at the Astoria. This I got from my buddy Levi back in June, and I still haven't listened to it. I did watch the DVD though. This is a CD-DVD combo, and I did watch the DVD over the summer, and I really enjoyed it. Great set, great tunes. It was really awesome, so I look forward to listening to the CD. Yeah, Twisted Sister, they still have it. This was, I believe, recorded in 2004. It's a 2008 release, but I believe the show's from 2004, if memory serves me right. So yeah, they still have it after all these years. And obviously this AJ Pero was still with the band at the time, before he passed. So I'm glad they released this. It's just a great time in the band's career. So yeah, Twisted Sister. This one, I haven't talked about this one actually. I'm going to talk about this in my next update, but I'll just give you a little preview. This is one I bought at the end of the summer. It's Geddy Lee. This is his first solo album called My Favorite Headache. And yeah, I had never heard of this. I never knew that he had made a solo album. I'm a huge Rush fan. Many of you guys know this. So I had to get this. I found it at a used shop, and it wasn't very. I forget how much I paid for this. Maybe $2, no more than $5. Anyway, it's a really great find. I only listened to it once, so I can't say much about it. And I had it on in the car one day, and I was just kind of talking at the same time, so I wasn't, you know, I didn't study it. But I liked what I heard. I definitely liked what I heard. Now I know the question that comes to everyone's mind is, does it sound like Rush? And I would have to say, yes, in a certain way it does. It reminded me especially of later Rush, like Snakes and Arrows era. So yeah, awesome. That's all I have to say, awesome. I love Geddy Lee, so really looking forward to giving this another spin. Next up on the list, Lita Ford. This is Dangerous Curves. Still in the, still got it in the little sleeve here. I never got a jewel case for it. This was given to me by Jim Willis, Guilty Forgiven. He sent me this about a month ago, and yeah, I gave it one spin and really loved it. Lita Ford, she's awesome. Can't say more about, you know, can't say more than that. She's just awesome, and I really enjoyed this album. So looking forward to giving it another spin. All right, we've got a few more to talk about. A road trip just wouldn't be a road trip without Kiss, the hottest band in the world, and I chose Carnival of Souls. Once again, not a fan favorite by any stretch, but and it's, you know, even for me, it's not the first Kiss album I go to when I'm in the mood for Kiss. But every now and then, especially on road trips, you know, I'll feel like giving it another listen. I personally like this album. I know a lot of people didn't. They say that Kiss took a grunge approach, and I guess that's true to a certain extent. I mean, there's definitely an escape from the regular sound, but when I think grunge, I think bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, you know, the stereotypical grunge bands. And, you know, I don't find this album sounds anything like a Nirvana record or a Pearl Jam record, you know, so I don't hear the grunge part of it all that much, but it is definitely more grunge than anything they've done before. But that being said, I like it. I think it's a great album. The songs are awesome. The last album to feature Bruce Kulick on guitar, and this is the only album to feature Bruce on vocals. I forget what song right now. I think Jungle, maybe? But I can't remember for sure. But yeah, I like it, you know, in moderation. Like I said, it's not the first Kiss album I go for. I wouldn't listen to it all that much, but every now and then I listen to it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great album. But yeah, Kiss, Carnival of Souls, the final sessions. Doesn't get enough love. The next band I have to talk about, the singer is actually part of the VC, and I'm talking of course about Scott Waters. And the band is, of course, Ultimatum. This is Heart of Metal, 20 years of Ultimatum compilation. Scott was nice enough to send me this in the mail a few months back. This would have been back in May, I believe. And I've listened to this so many times since. I love it. Great metal. They define it by, how do they say it? Metal music by metal fans for metal fans. And I couldn't agree more. You definitely feel the metal love, and you know, you can sense some inspirations here, and the musicianship is just great. And you know, Scott as a frontman, he delivers. And you know, no, I'm not just trying to suck up or anything. No, you know, these are my legitimate feelings. You know, I'm being really sincere here. I loved this album, and I definitely look forward to putting more Ultimatum in my collection. I plan on buying more in the future. So yeah, this was actually signed by Scott. So thanks again, buddy. It's really cool. Favorite tracks on here: the opener, "Blood on 1,000 Hills," "Hook, Line, and Sinker," probably my favorite on here. "Death Wish," "Puppet of Destruction." So many great tracks. If you haven't checked out Ultimatum yet, definitely do. It's great heavy metal. So yeah, now I got one more to go. Oh yeah, this one I actually just bought. I stopped in a small town called Buktush earlier, and I was looking through the CDs here. They didn't have much, but I did find this. It's by the punk band X. It's called Wild Gift. And I know X is a LA punk band, female-fronted punk band. And you know, I know a handful of songs, and I always loved what I heard, but my knowledge about them is not that great. But I found this, and from what I read, it's a 1981 album, and this is a 2001 reissue. So yeah, can't wait to listen to more of it and just check out what it's all about. I do love punk music, especially female-fronted punk. There's just something about it. So yeah, can't say more about it. Haven't listened to it yet, but can't wait. So I think that'll do it. I better keep my eyes on the road. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and peace out.